Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of StarCraft Inc. Let's check the audio here, because sometimes it's a little high. Oh, so glad I checked that. Alright, let's return to the game. Okay guys, guess what? This is user-submitted replay. This submission is from Canturk, a buddy of mine. When I met him, he was in Gold League, 2 punches. Yeah. Now he's in Platinum League, so moving his way up. Proud of you, Canturk. And, he's playing Protoss, which before he was playing Terran when I met him. So, or maybe he played random, I'm not even sure, but he doesn't always play Protoss. So, I like to see him branching out. I like it a lot. And I'm going to be going through this game and telling you what's weird, what's not. And if our Protoss buddy wins, I'll tell you how he could have improved, and I'll tell you how it was that our opponent lost. And if our opponent wins, I'll tell you how Canturk could have won. So, really break this down on this map. It is Scrap Station. I don't know if I've said that already, but if I haven't, I'm saying it again. And a lot of popular ways to open on this map is to start your 3-gate on the low ground. The only risk to that is if you're scouted early like this, he can react by taking an early pool instead of expanding and do some ling pressure, and his lings can get here before you can wall off, and it's a little bit frustrating. Forge fast expands are also popular, and with that cannon, if you put a pylon back, your second pylon back at the Nexus, you can protect yourself from run-bys as well. So, however Canturk decides to open, we will see. It looks like it is a Forge fast expand. Alright. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it means he's going to get the Forge, he's going to get a cannon in part of his wall, probably behind the wall, because if it's part of the wall, it's easy to break through with lings. They can just sacrifice their lives to break down. And then he'll be taking an expansion. Now, the double gate is a little bit strange. It's not very popular in this build. I mean, if you're going to get the... I don't know. You normally get your Cyber Core, and but you normally even drop your Nexus first. But I guess he really wants his wall closed. I don't know why he's not dropping a Cyber Core. Maybe he's going for some early Zealot pressure. That would actually be a very interesting way to open here, because his opponent... You know what? This is actually really brilliant, because his opponent scouted the Forge and is expecting Canturk to take an expansion. And if he rushes with double Zealot, I'd be pretty impressed here. So, we're going to see that cannon go down. Canturk, why are you not getting a Cyber Core? You're making me sad, and you're actually not getting double Zealot. But keep that in mind, because that would have been a great idea. To show off this Forge, make it look like a Forge fast expand, and then double Zealot rush. That would have been fantastic if you could stop him from scouting it. So here's that expansion. Look, if you had chronoed 3 or 4 Zealots out, check this out, there are no Zealots, or no Zerglings anywhere. This Roach Warren just going down now, you could have walked right up into this main, you could have killed that, and these drones were free. There's no spine crawlers, nothing. So, 2 probes coming up here to scout, not really sure why, but hey, whatever. And a couple lings coming out now. But yeah, if you see what I mean by the fact that, you know, at the 5-minute mark, he has nothing. He has nothing. And let's really watch. We'll watch this to see how long it takes him to have anything. Also, you're behind in Harvesters because you're not using your Chrono. You could, at this point, be ahead of your opponent in Harvesters. Your Cyber Core finally going down, and your Nexus needed to go down a long time ago. That's why you take this choke early. So, there you go. You got 400 minerals. Take the frickin' Expo, man. Take it, take it, take it. And you're not even building probes right now. So pylons and probes, baby. Fundamentals. Warp Tech, you could have started that a long time ago. You're getting your second gas, but you don't really need it. You need your Expo. You're spending money in places you don't need money spent. You're getting an upgrade, but no, man. Get your expansion. Get your expansion, because your opponent's is up. So you're officially going to fall behind. Check this out. We're going to look at his army. He still has no army. He's got 300 minerals worth of Zerglings somewhere. I'm not sure if queens are counted in army. I don't think they are. But no, there's just 300 Zerglings running around. So, look at this. Droning up onto 2 bases. Your opponent is getting so far ahead. Finally, you're throwing yours down. And these 3 Zealots, man, I wish they were out so much earlier, because you would have been able to do a lot of damage to your Zerg opponent. So, Warp Tech's on its way. Now that you get your second base up, you want to get ready to spend what this is going to allow you to make, if that makes sense. So as soon as this is finished, you're going to be making more money because you're going to probe transfer, and you would normally be fully saturated here. So when you do a probe transfer, you're evening out your saturation and actually ending up making more money, because before your probes would have been waiting here, but you're just now getting saturated, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, you will be making more money because of your expansion, so you want to build your gateways before it finishes so that when it finishes you can spend that money faster, because if you're banking up money, that's bad. You want to be spending every dime you make, unless you're Zerg and can build like 400 bajillion things at once. A lot of Zerg, before their Spire comes out, they'll pool up minerals so they can build 16 muta at once, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Because they can do that. You've only got 2 gateways, so you know you can only spend 300 minerals max, not even, like 275 sort of thing. So there we go, we got more production, we've got that drone transfer, probe transfer, and now you're starting to produce out of only one nexus. So produce out of both, man. You can even rally this nexus down here to this mineral line and create harvesters off of both. And I like that you're not taking your gas if you're not using it, which you're not, so bravo. But you're also not, maybe you are. I don't even think you're using your warp cycle. I don't know. You need more gateways. There's one more. DT Shrine, sure, why not? I can tell that you have learned this build from somewhere, because it's got the structure of popular builds, even builds that I use myself, but it's slow. You're a little bit rusty at it. So yeah, your build is nice, your order is a little out of whack. You want this expansion earlier. And I like kind of the mid-game DTs. That's going to help you a lot. But he did get that Overseer. He did get this Overseer. So, Canturk, buddy, your Warp Tech has been done for a long time. You need to take advantage of that, get more gateways, because you can really pump out a large army. I'm so confused as to how you're going to win this, bud. I don't know what's going to go down. Your opponent is now taking his 3rd. And there's quite a few Ling Roach here. You need more stuff. Just saying. Oh, looks like we're gonna see a Warpism drop. Sorry, I just really like Warpisms. I've been using them a lot lately in my play. I use them really early, actually, because you kind of fake a 4-gate, and your opponent tends to do this. They get spines at the front of their door, and they get an extra queen, and they park it here, and they get a couple roaches or a couple lings, and they park them here, and it's really hard to push past spines if there's enough of them, because the queens transfuse them, and it's a pain in the ass. So you come and you Warp Prism, drop a whole ton of zealots. When I say a whole ton, I mean 8 zealots with +1 weapons right here, and it's really hard for them to deal with that because they've walled themselves out, and it's really amusing. So then you bring a sentry with you or whatever, you force field this, or you force field the cracks here, and the drones can't even run away. But there's not enough here, you're just going to lose those zealots. But what you did do was stop him from mining. So Buddy Boy here lost some mining time. Not a big deal, because he's floating on 1,300 minerals, but you didn't know that. Came over here to drop again, but no, you have nothing in your dropship. Goodness. Canturk, I cast one of your games yesterday and found out there was no audio in it, which made me sad because you landed one of the most beautiful nukes ever, killed his entire army, and it made me smile. But this is a more recent game, so as you are now playing this race, or whatever, I cast this one because I'm not going to teach you how to play a race you don't play anymore, or maybe you've learned from the mistakes already, so it would just be redundant for me to teach you those things now. But yes, to reiterate, you need more gateways faster, you need your expansion faster, you need, yeah, man, other than that, you're not too bad. You're not spending your chrono, though. but you got the right unit comp. I like this. Immortal Archon Zealot DT Sentry. It sounds a little bit ridiculous, but it's actually a pretty sweet unit comp. I'm not sure why your opponent hasn't just run you over yet, though. One Nidus Worm right here, or right here, would pretty much ruin your day. So, yeah, by the way, didn't even think to say that. Put a pylon right here, bud. Pylon right there. Make your world a better place. I'm going to scoot through this, actually. See what's going down. Finally, you're getting some more gateways. And, your opponent's getting Ultralisks and Infestors. And that's going to suck for you. You're just slowly camping here, making an army, whatever. Whatever. I do what I want. You're getting an expansion here. With some cannons. Sweet deal. I like it. But, he's going to take a fourth. And he's scouting for proxy pylons. Actually, your opponent's got a little bit of clever in him. I like it. Not every Berserk does this. They build this expansion and then there's like a proxy pylon right here, and for some reason they just never find it. And he's gonna take a fifth. He just feels so damn safe. Isn't that cute? So, his army's gonna split up into two to come take the watchtower. And now he's gonna come run you over. You got a lot of stuff, but here it goes. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? That's so nice of him. He's just gonna trickle in one bit at a time and squish himself into that tiny space. What a sweetheart. So, the Ultralisk goes down because he's just gonna smash into this wedge. Also, he's got 0-2 and you've got 2-0, so you guys are even on upgrades. He's using his Infestor's energy to make... Oh my god. That's adorable. Ah, that was the worst engagement I've ever seen a Zerg do. Okay, let's go back. We gotta see why this happened to him. I will show you. See this tiny little ledge? Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Watch this. So he's gonna go down to the tower. I know you did a little warp prism drop on him that I missed. Gonna go down to the tower. I went back way too far. Sorry about that. Plugging along. Plugging along. Alright, here we go. He's coming down. Watch this. Okay. I'm gonna watch this. He's gonna engage here. This little choke. First, the Zerglings deal with your Zealots by themselves. And if you watch, only one Zealot is taking damage at a time. So, well, the Zealot tanks all the Zerglings, the cannons and the sentry, and the Immortals are shooting back. And we'll continue to watch this. A fungal growth goes down on the Zealots. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Now the Ultralisk is stuck in that wedge by himself, and two Zealots being fungled are stuck in front of it, and it can't get through. So that Ultralisk gets hammered by the Archons, by the Immortals. There's 4 Immortals here. How well do you think that Ultralisk is going to do against 4 Immortals? So now that army is up against an Archon, and I don't know if you know, but Archons tank pretty damn well. And now, once again, the Roaches are stuck in the wedge. The Ultralisks are stuck in the wedge. You can't engage here. The Zerg cannot engage here. This concave of perfect anti-armor around this tiny little gap that it can't get through. Oh my god, that was just hilarious. Zerg need to engage in an open space. And as such, it's Protoss's need. You absolutely have to make sure when you fight the Zerg army, you are in a choke. So you want to come around here, you know, come up here, and then fight from the high ground on these ramps. Or fight in his ramps, like these little chokes here. These chokes here, as a Protoss, you want to fight on the chokes. And as a Zerg player, you want to fight in the open. And now you're going to fight Archons with Zerglings. Lots of Archons. Which isn't going to go so well. And, yeah. Oh, God. Free Infestors. That feels yummy. So yeah, needless to say, that Zerg lost the game because he chose to engage you at your base instead of in the open. And your anti-armor, which is all he has, is like armored units, infestors, ultralisks, and roaches. Yeah, just obliterated him from a distance, and none of his melee units could get you, which is hilarious. I mean, very patient of you to sit in your base. Not always the right choice, but in this case it worked out for you, and that's really why you won this game. So, I mean, sometimes luck and poor decisions on your opponent's part are what win you the game. You don't always have to be a Gosu player, you just have to be patient and smart. And yeah, that's what happened here. You were patient and it paid off for you. So, guys, I'm SSN Incarnum. You're watching StarCraft Inc. Submit your user-submitted replays to StarcraftIncReplays@gmail.com. Cheers, guys.